How long have we been gone?
Far too long.
What is this? Where am I? What's happening?
No,
what year is this?
You're at episode 56. It doesn't matter what year it is, because we'll have fans watching this for years to come.
It's 2076. Anyway.
Welcome to the year 2076.
We're 1 year away from Cyberpunk 2077.
I know!
I cannot believe
an Overwatch
that we still sound like this at this age.
Nanobots. I don't know.
Everything in Metal Gear Solid was true.
Yes, it is. We will live forever.
Immortality is nigh.
How about we hit him with that famous theme music?
Okay.
Boom.
I can't do that anymore.
I missed it so much.
It's a good song. Thank you, Sano.
Missed you guys.
Much appreciated.
Not you.
Hey guys.
Talking about the fans. Oh, you weren't even talking to me. Wow, that's a burn on me.
Ooh.
Egg on my face.
You try to insult me and get insulted.
Wow. Well, nothing has really changed with that. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed our multi-streams that we've been happening, or our live podcast, as Sano so gingerly put it.
I'm apparently a ginger.
You are not a ginger.
Oh,
where
I'm
we've
definitely
played
not.
Destiny Rise of Iron. I said it right.
Good job.
And Xenoverse 2. Now in these multi-streams, if you guys haven't watched it yet, we show 3 different perspectives of how we each play. Aki, if you would... Well, how do you play, Aki?
I'm support.
She's more of an infiltrator, so she'll hang out in the back. We have...
She's a little pansy.
No, I'm not. If I die, you guys all die.
Someone does need to be alive, so she technically would be support.
She's a living pansy.
Sano is the one that's playing the game the way it's meant to be played, and actually following the rules.
And he dies the most.
I don't die the most.
He dies the least.
You guys both do.
No, I die the most. And that's where I come in. I play the way, I guess, games wish could be played, by throwing myself right into a firefight and seeing what the fuck happens. I'm more interested in getting my fingers dirty, my hands dirty, fingers, pulling that trigger, shotgun, in your face, hand fingers. Yeah, so come watch them.
I'm sorry, I was confused. Did you say hand fingers?
I did say hand fingers.
Oh my god.
There's a gif of that and it keeps going. Like you'll have someone's hand and it expands into
I know which one you're talking about.
And then it keeps going and it's like the weirdest.
Their fingers sprout fingers. Their fingers sprout fingers, and then those fingers sprout fingers, and then those fingers sprout fingers.
Hand inception.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
That's awesome.
I can't deal with that.
I'm gonna find it and tag you in it.
It's so good.
I'm gonna delete Facebook.
She's just gonna click on it and like, nope.
And remember, guys, that we are on Facebook, we are on Twitch, and we are on YouTube. We're slowly expanding out to Instagram and reclaiming Twitter, as well as maybe in the future, maybe
Twitter, the Forgotten Kingdom.
Actually, Tumblr is.
Yeah.
Tumblr, the Lost Frontier.
Is this a movie?
Everything's a movie. Treat everything as a movie.
And eventually we will be on Tumblr as well too.
Yeah.
But it's nice to be back. It is definitely nice to be back. So many games.
So many games. So much.
I don't have that many.
So much has happened. Like, not a lot of games actually coming out, but more of them being, talked about.
Yeah.
I mean, we consider the fact that we have Final Fantasy 15 coming out next week. Sombra was released this week.
Help.
Pokemon is also coming out next week.
Ah, god damn it.
We had Watch Dogs coming out this week.
Yeah.
We had Dishonor come out last week. We had... What else do we have? We had the Pro come out last week as well too. Modern Warfare came out, or not Modern Warfare, Infinite Warfare came out last week.
Titanfall 2 as well.
Titanfall 2 came out last week as well too.
I believe.
Yep. And then next month we have The Last Guardian coming out.
Finally.
And then in January we have a couple more games, including Tales of Berseria coming out. February we have Persona 5. March we possibly have Mass Effect Andromeda. What else in March? There's something
Possibly Tekken.
Possibly Tekken. April, as of yet, nothing. However, Aki, what did you just tell us earlier?
There's been talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out early 2017. But those are just rumors. Because last time we heard Kingdom Hearts was actually delayed. We don't know when the release date was for it, though. But it was delayed.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It was like, did they ever actually announce a release date before?
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, this is just a rumor. But I'm like, if that game is coming out...
We shouldn't be too shocked if it does come out that early just because they were being developed side by side, and I think Square Enix was doing that on purpose. Also, one big one that I did... Did Final Fantasy 15 actually go... Well, it comes out... When's it come out again? Next week.
I'm like, it's gold at this point, so I mean, they probably just went straight to Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. I would hope so.
It went gold, I think, around September or October.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so they find out that it went gold before they actually tell us that it went gold. So
true.
But one big thing that I am forgetting. Also in March we have the Nintendo Switch, or as my favorite, in which I wish they would have kept, the Nintendo Wii Next.
They probably want to get rid of the Wii brand altogether after the Wii U.
To separate because most people view it as a casual system or a lower quality system compared to what they want to do now. I'm more excited about the fact that I'm able to take the system with me to work and play my fellow associates in games.
Well, see, that'd be great, but I feel like it'll just be a target. But it is awesome. It is an awesome differentiator.
At work.
You said it's an awesome differentiator. Why?
Just because. Who else does it?
No one. And
Nobody.
It's a new system, which I'm incredibly excited about. Oh, also the mini NES came out as well, too.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get your hands on it. Or spend $30,000 at eBay or on eBay.
Dude, my store lost all of them within 10 minutes.
Damn. That's how it was with the Amiibos when they first started coming out.
So now they're like everywhere almost.
Well, that's because people complained about it.
Yeah.
Like now they started re-releasing a lot of the first wave ones, a lot of the rare ones. Like I saw Pit, who was a limited run at first, like just sitting on a shelf. A lot of them.
That's pretty much what we get at that point. We asked for it, we got it. Now we can't get rid of them.
Yep.
Pretty much.
And as always, guys, we will be bringing you the news this week as well too, and then the first impression of PS Pro.
Yes,
I don't even know.
We all have a Pro. Well, Fox and I kind of share one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have one.
Well, first of all, if you guys listen, don't get that twisted. We have 2 PlayStation 4s in this household, but one is a PlayStation Pro.
Yes.
So that's what she means.
Yes.
That is a nightmare for 2 gamers to share one system.
Oh, that shit don't work.
No.
That's
why we spent that $1,400. No.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so expensive. Anyway, yeah. So.
No, was it No, the systems when they came out were $400, right?
Correct.
$800. I'm sorry, I'm thinking that it was PlayStation 3 prices all over again.
If you're including the Pro in there now.
$1,200. I spent $1,200 on systems within the last
tax.
2 years. We're not counting tax.
You have
Our tax is not the same as everybody else.
You have to include tax.
Whatever. Well, for us, it's $5 per 100. $5.60 per 100.
Boom.
Okay.
A very easy way to think about it, at least.
Okay, let's get to our news.
Awesome.
All right. So, like we mentioned before, there's tons of games that have been talked about, and games that are coming out, and games that are out, and games that we're playing, and blah, 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 blah. Right? Cool. But I actually have three things I'm going to talk about. First one being Sombra, Overwatch. Oh my god, she's here. I was going to strangle Vox if he didn't turn on my PS4 while I was at work. But she's here, and everyone is Sombra, and I can't escape it now.
This is what you wanted.
No, it is not what I wanted.
Sure?
I do not want 12 of the same character
sure?
on one map.
Are you sure?
Don't give me that look.
while the inclusion of Sombra, Overwatch did update as well too, adding a myriad of different options for arcade mode. Quick Play now has a limit on how many characters you can play. However, what Aki is referring to is that you have a no limits mode, which allows you to play as whatever character you want, not with no limits on how many people can play as that character, which is why we were seeing 12 of the same character as, of Sombra. They've added a 3 versus 3 mode. They've added a 1 versus 1 mode.
Mm-hmm.
And how does that work with the matchups to whatever?
The 1 versus 1?
Yeah.
You don't know. Well, one, you don't know who your character is choosing.
Who your opponent is. Okay.
Exactly.
Well.
So there's one. And then they have one of my favorite modes where it's a playlist of a lot of the different arcade modes they've had since the game came out. One of which is Supercharged, or it was originally called Arcade, where all your cooldowns are like halved, and it's just mayhem all day, every day. Certain characters can only be selected, mystery characters, things along that nature, which have made the game a little bit better than where it was before.
Yeah, they've completely changed the way that looks too.
It looks awesome. I love the UI. Yeah,
it looks a lot better.
It's going to be a little bit more inviting to newer people or people who don't play as often.
Yes.
Because it's not. No offense. It's no longer the quick play, competitive, or weekly arcade.
Yes.
Now it's so much more. I think you have at least 5 different modes that you can play at any given time. Which I'm being very conservative with this number. I'm sure it's pretty close to 10. So.
It might be. I haven't fully gone through everything yet. But the cool thing is that the week of the 18th, what day is that? That's Friday, right?
Yeah.
Friday, well...
Yeah, actually.
Friday through Sunday, Blizzard is letting everyone play Overwatch for free again, which is really awesome. So if you guys have not played it, dude, download it for free and play it. Play all the
I will
characters.
be playing on PC, which I just found out they would not let your stuff transfer, so I have to start all the way over.
Have fun.
Well, no, because I mean, if you think about it, Destiny, it doesn't matter what system you play on, your stuff is still saved to their cloud.
If you were, if you're within the same family,
maybe. I don't know. I had to re-download.
The one game that they allowed you to do that I can think of in recent memory was Grand Theft Auto. When they remastered it for the next gen systems, they allowed you to move over a save, even if you were in the opposite family.
I think they allowed you to do the same thing with. Oh well, maybe. Okay, that makes sense. I just figured they would have stored it on the cloud, but no, it's not like you get anything significant or as far as gameplay features when you do level up, like let's say a la Call of Duty. It's just more of skins and things along that nature. But I'm going to be playing on PC just for in hopes I could be a competitive player or a pro gamer at that point.
I will not touch Overwatch ever again unless I actually saw that it was rumored that Overwatch would be adding a cooperative campaign,
That'd be cool.
which I would say I will probably play it because I like the character. They have a universe. It's just that I want to see them do more with it. Like there are characters that I legitimately like. I like the art style and all that stuff. It's just I'm just protecting a truck. And the only time I get to see these very colorful, very flashy, very well designed characters, the only time I get to see their personalities is when they kill somebody, or when they get killed, or when you get an emote.
True.
I guess that was my main gripe.
Well,
was like,
there was the Doc and Junkenstein Revenge. That one you would have enjoyed then because then you had a choice of 4
characters.
Anna
McCree.
Yep, 4 characters.
Hanzo and Soldier.
Yeah, she's right. 4 characters where you had a healer, obviously an assault, sniper, and so on and so forth. And they had a lot of dialogue between each other while they were playing. You were basically playing a horde mode of fighting off these robots, as well as having 4 bosses that you had to defeat. And that would have been
good. That sounds fun.
That would have been so. When you do, I can't even speak. So from time to time, Overwatch will have these themed games where it has nothing to do with the game at all. We had Lucio Ball, which is their
That I
version
know of.
For
Yep,
the
they
summer
had
games?
Yep, that it was based off. It was for the summer games, and it was based off of Rocket League. Then you had what we were just talking about, Junkenstein, which is basically the game's horde mode, which is pretty fun, and it was extremely difficult at the same time.
Yep.
So there are things that are like that. That stuff is just there, for everyday play use or play through. Because I'm sure they're going to do something for Christmas or the holidays, and I'm excited to see that.
We'll see if it's something more consistent. Maybe I'll try it again. But I ain't making promises.
We hope you try it. You have to play with us.
Yeah, welcome in with open arms.
We need more shenanigans. I demand shenanigans.
Wait, just out of curiosity, who did you play with? Because you struck me as a Reinhardt person.
I did use Reinhardt.
See?
I used Reinhardt. I used May. I
Lucio?
used Reaper. I didn't use not Lucio.
That kind of fits in the whole thing that you don't have a soul.
Won't be the first time I heard that. Probably won't be the last.
Are you secretly May? Are you a small little Chinese woman?
With no heart?
Past life.
Maybe.
But yeah, Reinhardt, May, and Reinhardt, May, and Reaper I used. I want to say there was one other character. I was trying to learn what was the dude's name? Zenyatta?
Was he a robot?
The monk.
Yeah.
That's Zenyatta.
Zenyaya.
the world in Zenyatta.
I'm trying to avoid 76 just because he seemed like just such a cookie cutter character.
He was
Piece of shit.
His backstory isn't.
Well, not his backstory, but like him, as
his
his gameplay.
archetype.
Yeah, his
Archetype,
gameplay is
okay.
archetype. He's like
He is Call of Duty, bro. He is
Pretty much.
And I think the point of his was just that you
probably
have
that
people
go-to character for like
for people that are learning to play. Because I immediately picked someone difficult, and I didn't even know people had star or difficulty ratings until I picked one character out. I was like, oh, she isn't hard at all. Zarya.
All right. So after coming down from Overwatch, yes, we have Fall Guys 15. It's coming out November 29th. I'm excited.
from one high pitch to another. I see.
And I can't wait. I'm gonna stare at my mailbox until it gets here.
Oh,
I don't think that's
because
healthy.
I got her the Ultimate Edition. That's why. The $349 version. No, $249 version.
Yes, Noctis said it.
Still not healthy.
It's okay.
All right.
We'll have Noctis stand next to the very angry Super Saiyan Goku.
If he can
Oh,
fucking stand.
that
Goku
fresh
cannot
ascended
stand.
Goku.
His head is too big.
Do you see how he looks? I wouldn't stand if I looked like that too. He looks he looks like he's been through something.
Well, look at his clothes. Anyway,
Look at his hair.
That's some
so
detail. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go look at our unboxing of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. You'll see what I'm talking about.
dude,
His nipple. That detail. All right, I'm sorry.
Toriyama never drew nipples.
Look at it.
It's not there. It's not.
Look at that nipple.
It's not. No, well,
Just
there.
look at it.
oh man.
Moving on.
Oh right. So yeah, I have the Ultimate Edition coming in. Ultimate Collector's Edition. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Something
Sure.
like that. I have that coming in, so I'm really excited to open it.
Man, I was sweating when they was talking about we gonna take the money out your account. I had just enough. I'm like, boy, if y'all don't, because basically, Sano, the way this works, Square Enix works. I ordered it off their website. They said if you do not have the money, we're canceling it.
Well,
and I'm
shit,
just
son.
like, boy, I ain't never sweat so hard in my life. Boy, that was like probably the only time I wish somebody would have taken $300 or $250 out of my bank account, and I was willingly letting it happen. Just like, please, just take the money.
My boy had the
Rob
meat
me.
sweats.
They were worse than the meat sweats.
The super meat sweats.
No, that's the type of shit sweats that you gotta take your clothes off.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Anyway, that's coming. I'm excited to do. Obviously, I'm going to do a let's play of that because I have to show you my RPG queenness.
I'm relying on you to review that.
Fucking like,
do
why?
it, I believe
I'm
you.
excited to watch her let's play because if you guys don't know about Aki, while she does act a little reserved, she will go ham in some fucking RPGs. I didn't even know that Kingdom Hearts 2 had a hard mode until she played it, and I watched her beat Sephiroth, and
Yeah.
You just gotta watch it. Just be glad that we have the technology for her to be able to stream what she has to do, because it's going to be amazing, and I'm excited to watch. Hell, I might even turn it into Twitch or YouTube, whichever she's streaming on, and watch her play it on the actual screen.
Proud mode. That's what it's called, proud mode.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I knew you were going to do that. Huh? I knew you were going to do that.
Anyway, while we're waiting for 15 to come out, there's actually been a few videos that's been not necessarily produced by Final Fantasy 15, but released on their YouTube page. One of them is called Omen, which kind of shows this weird, trippy, acid dream-like
All
thing
of the acid was
that
used to produce this video.
Noctis is going through. It's some type of nightmare for him. So definitely go check that out. It will be linked in the box at the bottom because it's about 5 minutes long. Next video that came out, well, it's not necessarily a video. It's more of
A video.
In Japan, they got something special because they made the game. But in Japan, there's this thing called the Judgment Demo Disc, and it's been released as like a week or so. I
Hold
believe.
on, let's just
You know what?
let's
I
just be
think
real.
I saw someone playing
You
that
can
on
actually
PSN.
you can
Yeah.
download it on the Japanese PSN. All you gotta do is just there's instructions on how to get it. You just
Yep.
need a Japanese address
Yep.
and whatnot. You can be able to download it. There's even a translation of the menu screen
Yes.
for you to be able to understand what's happening if you're not fluent.
Thanks for cutting it. Thank you.
Sorry. Were you ready to explain it?
I was going to.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay. I can talk about the fun stuff. So it's about a 35-minute demo-ish. There might be longer cutscenes in it, but from the Final Fantasy 15's video that they showed, it's about 35 minutes. And in this demo, you're obviously playing through, it looks like the first half of the story. But obviously you are seeing summons and Titan and Odin and Leviathan and Luna and yeah.
I wonder if it's going to be a Moogle summon.
And there's
Knights in a round?
I think we have officially seen our new villain of Final Fantasy 15. White hair and kind of white grayish eyes.
Yeah,
That's a bad guy. I'm like, yep, that my senses are going up. That's a bad guy. And he was standing ominously over Lunafreya. Yep, this bad guy.
Fucking plot twist. He's actually you.
He's actually the good guy.
You're actually
He's
the bad
actually
guy.
good. That,
Right?
that-
Right?
yeah.
I'm waiting for Square Enix to pull that shit.
They already had you kill watch you kill everybody, or you know what I mean.
They had me do that in fucking Parasite Eve, the third birthday.
You find out that the white-haired guy represents the United States,
Okay.
and then it's a monarchy. We're just getting rid of it.
Okay.
Democracy. That needs to be everywhere in our video games too.
We have traversed into the wrong side of this podcast. Let's move on.
Oh, that's so easy to do here.
Yes, we can.
No, we
Oh.
can't. No, but I think I might traverse into the Japanese side of PSN and download this just so I can play it because I forgot about the platinum demo. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't. You
About the
refused to
platinum
play it.
I forgot about it.
Nah, I remember trying to get you to play it that night.
I didn't want to
refused
play it. I can't. Anyway, moving on from Final Fantasy 15, you got N7, obviously. N7, Mass Effect, aka Mass Effect Andromeda.
I was going to say the Nexus 7.
Holy shit, no. No, N7 day has passed, and during that day, we got some awesome stuff. I was going to say something else, but stuff from N7 day. AKA, we got Mass Effect Andromeda trailer, which looks amazing. I kind of cried because I'm like, I need this game.
I feel that way every time I watch a Tekken video.
I believe you. I seriously believe you.
Just know I would go on a killing spree if they announced Legend of Dragoon 2.
Well, I'll see that on TV. It's like, well, Vox is in jail.
Confused man calling himself Vox has killed about 20 people today because he said that something called Legend of Dragoon 2 was finally released. He further exclaimed that if anyone gets in his way, that he will kill them. But basic to his motive is that he's getting rid of the line early, so he will be the only one in the midnight release, not including any of the staff. It will just be him inside of a store with thousands of copies of Legend of Dragoon.
Laughing maniacally and rubbing them against his chest.
God.
He said he must be the only one to own all copies.
That reminds me of something I
calm
see on
down,
Tumblr. That reminds me of this post in Tumblr: Japanese man assaults unexpected German tourist, and it's.
It could have just been German tourists, but it had to be unexpected.
But it's Overwatch related. It's Hanzo, which is a Japanese character in Overwatch, and Reinhardt, who is German.
Oh my god.
Anyway, calm myself. Okay, so it's been 5 years since Mass Effect has come out, and so it's the 5th and 7th day. And so, like I said
Wait,
before...
this is the 5th one?
Yes.
God damn.
It's been over 5 years.
Jesus fucking...
I know, right?
Continue, please.
We got the trailer for Andromeda, which showed awesome graphics, and then a little bit of possibly the main character, which
I
you
wonder if
have...
that'll be pro ready. I wonder if that'll be pro ready.
Maybe, because I'm assuming that they knew about it.
Well, at this point, yeah.
So,
It seems to be just a patch. I'm sorry.
in the game, you have an option of choosing between two siblings, a male, female.
Female.
Yes. And this
Guess I'm the
happens.
odd one out.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not.
Not really. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, this happens about 600 years after the events of, was it the first game? I'm mixing up my information.
600 years in the future.
After
Yes.
Mass Effect 3.
The third. Thank you. I was mixing them up. It happened 600 years after Mass Effect 3, but then what happened is that this game, like, the traveling happens between Mass Effect 2. So, main characters of Andromeda actually left during Mass Effect 2 before all that collector shit went down. Which was kind of confusing with the timeline and whatnot, but if you think about it, space travel takes a long time. So,
How the fuck were they immune to that? How the hell are they immune to 600 years of aging?
the same way May is.
She froze her... No, whatever.
Yes. So, also, just recently, they introduced the new alien race to Andromeda called the Ket. We can't figure out what they look like, and that was actually very terrifying.
Well, I think you pronounced it wrong. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's either that or...
A loud yelping noise.
I
Wow.
can't deal with you guys.
I'm sorry.
I want my contract back.
No, you
Oh,
signed
she
that
gets
one
a
in blood.
choice.
You
Anyway.
don't get a choice. I got something for y'all.
He sacrificed them. We're stuck. Ket. We couldn't decide what they look like, but we have seen something like them before, but we can't just place it.
What you mean we? I said they look like collectors.
She's talking about me, Vox.
Oh, why she said we?
We as oh my god.
We, as in Sano and I, have seen them before. We don't know where from, though, but if you guys can tell us where you've seen something like them before, let us know.
Maybe they just kind of appeared as just some random beast creature thing during one of those collection missions in the second game that we never paid attention to.
Because we're too busy, like, yelling and screaming and Harbinger and piece of shit.
Good times.
Man.
Hold on.
But quite honestly, I would play that game over 3. Because 3 gave me...
Holy shit, I'm being attacked by dubstep.
Okay, and we're done. Alright.
My
do you got for us,
segment
Sana?
will be very short because ain't shit happened. Most of my news is actually going to be Nintendo related. First up,
Yeah.
the Wii U is officially at end of life.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
I thought that was a rumor.
Yeah, I know,
was,
right?
It was a rumor. Then Nintendo said that rumor is false. And then they said, wait a second, that rumor is true.
Man, they just wanted to have the glory of saying that they own shit. They didn't want somebody else coming and saying, like, oh, they shit done. I'm like, no, it ain't.
That shit done.
Now it is. It's
Yeah.
down now. It's done now.
As of November 10th, the very last shipment of Wii U consoles has been pushed to the United States or North America. They didn't really, I guess, specify that there would be no more. But then again, when you really sit and think about it, this would probably be the last opportunity for them to push new Wii U consoles out the door before the next console comes out. So this coincidental last shipment being placed during the holiday season isn't that's not cute. Next up, the Switch actually has a few rumors involving price. There are actually two different sources of this, and it's interesting because they're both in different parts of the world. We had a quote come from Canada, it was an ad that was mistakenly put out by a retailer in Canada. I can't remember the exact name, but there was that one, and then there was apparently insider information from Game, which is a European game store or game company, and both of the values that they gave were the same. They both equated to about $250 US dollars, which, since it's coming from two different places and obviously two different currencies, the fact that they would still meet up in the middle and say this is how much it would be, like if we converted that currency by currency in America, that they both come out to $250. When it comes to the European rumor, there was also talk of another SKU of the Nintendo Switch that had more memory or maybe a packed-in game, but still, it's kind of interesting, especially if the new console would actually launch at $250. What does that mean? Does that mean that Nintendo's taking a hit with the console if this is true? Does that mean that the system is giving something up that the current consoles, the PS4 or the Xbox One, have? I guess at this point, if this is true, it's going to be interesting to watch and see how this unfolds.
The CEO already said, the CEO said that they will not be taking a loss on the systems themselves, or that it wasn't in their plans to take a loss.
Well, that could also mean that with this price, it might break even. Maybe. Seems most of the time they get most of the revenue off of software sales anyway. Third bit of information on the Nintendo front is that EA is showing its support. They have a couple games planned, not new titles. What they're doing is they're teasing that it's going to be one of their big properties being ported over into the Switch.
Which is?
They're not saying.
Boo.
Exactly.
Probably.
So? It could very well be. That's probably one of their bigger titles right now. EA also did Titanfall, though.
Biggest, though.
Titanfall's actually doing pretty well.
2 it is.
Well, Titanfall 2 is doing pretty well. It could be Battlefield. What else could it be? Could be Mass Effect, maybe.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty's Activision.
That's right, it is.
What else could it be? What else does EA do?
We waited.
Let's just be glad.
Wait, hold on. We waited years for the sequel for it to be shit.
Whoa.
Let's just be glad that I didn't do a one-word review for that. Let's say that.
We got a reboot for a really good game and got shit.
That's disappointing. One more thing. It's all, for some reason, it seems like I talk about Ubisoft a lot.
Oh God, what's happening now?
It's happening. Grab your shit. Let's go. It's done.
Oh my God, abort mission.
It's
what?
done.
No. It's not.
Leave my booze.
So this is an interesting little thing. Apparently, the stock regulation in France is accusing the CEO of Ubisoft Montreal and 4 other executives of using insider information to make decisions in the stock market, which is, I guess, law. They call out a specific example. Does October 15th ring a bell to anybody? Is that date important to anybody?
Nope.
Everyone gives me blank stares.
Yep.
You probably don't care anyway. That was the date where both Watch Dogs, the original Watch Dogs, and The Crew both got delayed. What they're saying is that these 5 individuals started selling stock right before that announcement. And because of that announcement, Ubisoft's stock pricings dropped by about 25%. So now, the AMF, I'm not even going to try to say what they
Don't do it.
Nope. My French is terrible. But the AMF, which is, like I said, the French stock regulations.
Don't know how to pronounce it. Pomme de terre.
I'm going to throw you.
Oh my god.
So, the AMF, which is like the stock regulation in France, is now investigating this matter simply because, like I said, it is against law. If
you don't say.
Yeah. Considering everything that's happening, that's been happening to Ubisoft, this will be a huge blemish after all the We Are Ubisoft and all this stuff. So here's hoping that they prove that they didn't do that on purpose, even though I imagine it will be very difficult for them to do so at this point. But the backlash from that could be kind of bad. I spent a lot of money. I got this dang giant Kit Kat that I can't eat.
Why is it a Kit Kat then?
I don't know.
What is it?
4 Pro.
Oh.
Look at that thing.
Well.
So my immediate response to you, what I was going to say is, there is no fucking Kit Kat on this planet that I cannot eat. I'm glad you clarified that because I was about to go in.
You're about to be out for $400.
You mean that dark chocolate Kit Kat?
Whatever. I'm interested. What?
Licorice.
Oh, that okay. Well, I guess
Sure.
that kind of makes sense because I don't want to eat either one of those.
I am curious, and I'm certain our viewers are too, of Vox, how, I guess what you think about it right now. I mean, it's hard to say if it's a good or bad console simply because it's only been out for, what, at this point, 3 days?
Well, here's the thing. It is what I expected it to be. I expected higher resolution. I got that. Playing Infinite Warfare, that's exactly what I got. It does a little bit of a passive thing as well, too. I was just recently playing Overwatch, and color seemed a little bit better than what it normally was. The Pro actually had me learn some things about my TV as well, where on certain TVs, either you plug it into the correct HDMI port, which is usually a yellow HDMI port, or how you would get that enhanced 4K experience or HDR. And I realized that as I was playing my PlayStation 4 previously, that it was set to standard, and I wasn't getting anywhere near the upscaling that I thought I was getting, or colors that I thought I was getting, because it wasn't enhanced. So just by doing that, I entered a whole new realm of shit I wasn't ready for. So a lot more games are more colorful. They're not, how do I say, colorful to the point where it's unnecessary.
Looks like a completely different game.
Yeah, like it's not unnecessary, but it's good. It's more true to life. What'd you say? Vibrant, yes. It's a lot more vibrant, which I really like. I like to see more color in the games that I'm playing, or how the game is meant to look. How it's meant to look. So in both Call of Duty 4 and Infinite Warfare, they did have the patch 4K resolution, which made it look amazing.
Is that one native? Do you know, or is it being upscaled from like 1440?
From what I heard, it was native.
Okay.
From what I heard. And, my sources could be wrong on that too, which, if there is, it's fine. But it still looks great. It's the one game where the cutscenes look like shit compared to gameplay.
I felt that way with Mortal Kombat, but go on.
And I've never seen a game like that. So that, I would say, was impressive to me. And I just learned before this recording that I didn't even know that Infinite Warfare didn't have HDR attached to it. So that could be a good thing or bad thing for people that are expecting it. But from what I've played, I didn't even notice. It felt like it had HDR, but the contrast from the 4K and lighting and whatnot, how they made the game, didn't even require it. I'm playing NBA 2K17. It looked pretty good from what I had. The character models look so goddamn real. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. You saw that blemish on his arm, on his shoulder.
We were looking at Kyrie Irving, and he had a blemish on his arm, and we were able to see that clearly. The tattoos were displayed like
correctly.
They were even raised up a little bit. The beads of sweat on his forehead that were already, dripping down or they were forming was incredible. The texture of the beard, hair, that was incredible.
Even like the bumps on his skin.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
All that was insane because it looked like we were actually watching or looking at a picture of this basketball player, which I found to be like just, I can't stop saying it, incredible. So I am very optimistic for things coming in the future. Like I said, more things I care about are the passive things, like color vibrancy is a lot better, and especially the frames per second is a lot better as well. It's not saying that I require 60, but it's a lot steadier than where it used to be. Most games would slow down after a bit or seem like it had a little bit of issue and stutter. I know that happened to me a bit in Destiny whenever there's too much on the screen. Overwatch when there was too much on the screen. Mafia 3 even when there was too many people. But now these games just play through flawlessly. A lot of them load up a lot quicker, which is awesome as well too. So, and more storage as well too. So,
you have a terabyte.
Yeah, 1,000 gigs.
Well, I guess from my experience so far with the system, one, I'm surprised at how the pictures all made it seem like it was going to be massive. It's not.
Nah.
It's not at all.
It's not.
If you watched my, I'll admit, very crude unboxing of the system, you'll see that I grabbed my roommate's PS4, and the two sitting next to each other, the size difference is not all that really noticeable. The PS4 Pro is probably like a centimeter taller than the original PS4. Not even that, like half a centimeter taller. And there is a bit of a footprint as far as width goes, but it's not that much bigger. So kudos to them for keeping it low profile. When it comes to gameplay though, I admittedly tried more games than Vox probably has. Yep. Probably about 5 of them. The most impressive one I've played so far would have to be Ratchet and Clank.
Why is that?
I couldn't tell what was cutscene. One, that game does support HDR. My TV does me the great pleasure of telling me what's in HDR, so I always know what's in HDR.
Good.
With HDR on, and I say HDR is probably the one thing that has me the most excited for games in the future. Even granted, every PS4 can do it, but with my experience with HDR on PS4 and PS4 Pro seems to handle it better. But HDR, for those of you who don't know what it is, long story short, it makes your darks darker, it makes your brights lighter, it gives you a wealth of color in between of that.
Yeah.
So I played Ratchet and Clank with HDR on because it just turns it on by default, and you can tell everything, the colors change dramatically. The greens are more true to life. And Ratchet and Clank is a very, very vibrant game.
Yeah.
When I turned HDR off, which was the way that I played the game before, everything looked wrong. Ratchet looked more red.
Oh,
the greens of the grass were just they were
neon?
They were
blue,
glowing almost like they were too bright. So HDR is since the TV is able to show you more color, you're able to get better colors. You're able to get more true to life colors, or more I want to say committed colors, I guess you can say. What the developer had in mind, or what in the case of movies, what the director had in mind, or what this, that, or the other. In Infamous Second Son, walking around the streets at night, it caught me off guard at first, because there actually, if I was nowhere near a source of light, a light post, a car, or anything like that, I couldn't see. So going down a dark alleyway was literally dark. In some cases, I had to shoot or activate a power in order to see what was around me, which would make sense and
Right.
pitch black when there's no light around.
Right.
The amount that light and darkness varies adds a lot of depth and makes things pop. With the pro version of the game, and I didn't actually talk about it in Ratchet and Clank, but with Infamous running on the 4 Pro, you get the ability to either increase the resolution or to increase the frame rate, which is
So you got to choose either or. You can't do both.
No.
Okay.
If the frame rate is higher, you don't get the increased resolution. If the resolution is higher, the frame rate, it doesn't take a noticeable dip, but it can go down.
Okay.
So playing the game with an extremely smooth, almost like you played Infamous, right, Vox? Mm-hmm. You know how like when you look in the sky, everything's smooth.
Yeah.
Imagine that throughout the whole game. In combat, like while I'm fighting, while I'm like blowing up cars and things like that, everything is like extremely smooth. Every animation, you don't miss a frame at all. So a smooth frame rate combined with HDR makes that game look glorious. Not to say that the game looked bad before, but it definitely enhances the experience.
The game was impressive before that, so by you saying that makes it a lot better.
With Ratchet and Clank, everything is like there. You don't see any pixels. Period. Everything is smooth. And the frame rate won't like even with the increased resolution, like the draw distances are a lot better, so you can see better in the distance. Even then, it's still running at a very smooth frame rate, which is mind-boggling.
You know what I mean?
Especially on a console, at least, because I haven't seen very many games outside of Fighters and Call of Duty run at a very smooth frame rate this generation yet.
I hope that what you just said about choosing resolution over frame rate goes towards, like you said, fighting games, because I will want a dedicated frame rate to my fighting games, because sometimes they do get a little choppy as well too. But I do know this is going to be an awesome thing moving forward, because I think Mass Effect Andromeda is going to have the same upgrades to those as well too, as far as 4K and I believe HDR too.
Like I said, I want more games to have HDR. I know Sony says that pretty much every first party title going forward will have pro support. I get to play Neo with HDR, hopefully. Oh God, I forgot about Neo. Shit.
Yeah. Don't forget.
And God of War 2 will be in HDR.
Oh God, that's gonna be dangerous.
I will need to get like 3D glasses to watch that shit.
So if you're debating between getting a PSVR versus a Pro, I would tell you get a Pro.
Pro.
I haven't seen how the Pro works on like a normal TV, but I would probably say a Pro.
Because you can always upgrade your TV.
True.
Like we were just looking at some of the Black Friday deals. Like, whether or not you get this, I don't know. But you can get a Sony TV that's 4K HDR and the Pro for only $1,000. The TV is normally $1,200 and the Pro is normally $400. So you're saving quite a bit.
Like 600, I think.
Yeah.
My math might be off. But yeah, it's like even then, even with the VR too, if you get the Pro first and then get a VR later on down the line, that means your system is primed for the VR.
Yeah. Yep.
So you don't have much to lose.
Yeah,
if you don't have, I would say that maybe upgrading from a PS4 to a Pro is probably a stretch.
Especially if you're selling your PlayStation 4 before you actually get the Pro, because if you keep it when you get the Pro, then you're able to at least transfer everything over.
Oh yeah, please make sure you do that. That was a hassle without it. But I guess the reason I say this is because not everyone, especially when you play on console, I don't think a lot of people really care for graphics. Not as much.
Yeah.
So
I think they do in certain games.
When it comes to certain things, like they expect like sports games to look good.
Sports games,
which they have historically.
Fucking yeah.
I
don't expect Overwatch to look great because it's stylized. I don't expect it to look a certain way. I expected the frames to be a little bit better. Not saying that it's bad, but I expect frames and gunplay, the actual gameplay, to be better than the graphics themselves.
And I think its value will pretty much be added to as time goes on. simply because more titles will support it. Because right now, I think only 30 really have pro features on them.
I think so. I know that the GameStop where we used to work at, or I don't know if you...
Oh, no, I had to quit.
Okay, so, yeah, the GameStop that we used to work at, they have a list of all the games that are compatible with the Pro.
Yeah, and there's not that many. I mean, it's interesting
like
that a lot of the games that have support are older titles, like Shadow of Mordor got it.
I saw that too.
That actually made me want that game. Like the game, I've never had any interest in it until I saw some of the gameplay.
No, it's just Assassin's Creed based and put in the Lord of the Rings.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed with Batman's gameplay put in the lore of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
that's all it is,
basically.
But yeah, it's like Infamous, which was either launch or launch window. Shadow of Mordor, which was very close around there. A lot of older games got support. Mm-hmm. As time goes on, more developers will probably start to try to tap into it, especially whenever whatever Microsoft is calling their new console comes out, then that's going to be more standardized. Final Fantasy will be a pro game. Yeah. What about Final Fantasy 7? Have they said anything about that?
No, don't trigger me right now.
You're already triggered.
No, I'm not.
Wow.
Okay.
That was actually uttered on this podcast.
What?
Triggered.
She said it. I only responded.
God, dude.
Do we have any announcements?
Fox has it.
I'm debating whether or not we should. Anyway, starting next week, we will start bringing you guys highlights of our weekly streams. And then that will probably be around like on the weekend. And as well as those highlights, we'll be bringing you our favorite clips from our games that we had happen to us, whether it be a glitch.
It's likely going to be a glitch if it's for me.
Yes.
Like Sano and his buses that are dropping down.
Have I told the fans that story?
Oh no, we can just show them.
Do I have it?
Yes.
I don't know.
It's probably on Facebook somewhere.
We'll find it.
Oh yeah.
But buses falling out the air, random, or jumping something and then doing a immediate backflip, just per happenstance. Or things
trying to cut somebody and falling through a floor. I'm looking at you, Assassin's Creed Unity. God damn, that was a terrible game. Shit. I saw that was as she came up in my my Facebook memories thing, and I'm like, this happened, and this is bull.
Or running from a horde of robots because you thought they were all inactive, and then you scream like a little bitch because of it.
Oh, yeah.
Hi guys.
Yeah.
That happened to me this week. Infinite Warfare. Anywho, but that's what's going to be some of the changes that are going to be happening. But we will continue to stream during the week, Monday through Friday. Yeah, Monday through Friday. And then on Sundays, you'll catch our weekly roundup. And then on Saturday, our favorite clip of the week, brought to you by one of us.
That's not an excuse to skip out on the streams, you lazy sack of shit.
Thank you.
You could have said potatoes.
You pomme de terre. No, oh, see,
Earth
I said
apples.
it right the first. Oh, Jesus.
You lazy sack of earth apples.
Pomme de
What?
terre. There it is.
What do you mean what?
What?
Pomme de
That's
terre
what that's what
literally
it-
translates
yeah.
to earth apple.
They did
So
this
the
to
French
themselves.
call potatoes earth apples.
Like Ireland wasn't fucking like up the ways for them to tell them what a potato was.
You see this? This looks like an apple. A potato doesn't even look like a goddamn apple.
What are you talking about? This your fucking tater.
Oh Jesus, we're leaving this subject.
What is an earth apple?
And this is how we make our entrance back into the scene, guys.
Well, I think that's it for this week,
I
right?
think so
I-
too. You guys need to like chill.
Do want to say, because I know we've been slacking on one of the things that we actually kind of started, which is our one-word reviews. If you guys have a recommendation, I did this before, where I bought a game that I had no intention to buy at
And
all
I would
because
like to
someone.
apologize on behalf of everyone on this green planet. Sorry that you had to buy Syndicate.
Well, it wasn't as bad as Unity, but if there is,
Well, that's your measuring stick.
my measuring stick was it Unity?
Wait, what's worse, Unity or Superman 64?
I never played Superman 64.
Well,
But if there's a game or any product, any bit of tech or whatever the case is that you want to see us talk about or review, just let us know. Because why not?
And check out our unboxings as well too, where we'll have the unboxing of the Google Pixel phone, and I did a short unboxing of the Blue Coral
go ahead and tell them
S7 Edge.
Okay, guys. Calm yourselves.
So we're gonna be trying to bring you guys a little bit more diversity when it comes to some of the tech stuff that we talk about. So 2 of those phones that we just talked about this week. So go ahead and share the videos, like them, subscribe.
Bring your friends.
Bring your friends.
Tell your friends.
Follow us
Bring
on
liquor
Twitch.
too. I like liquor.
Follow us on Twitch. Subscribe to us on YouTube and like our Facebook. And
I think that's it then.
we'll see you guys on the stream.
Adios.